Hi guys, Dean here, back again. Been a while since my last video. I've tried to make things a bit more frequent, but it just doesn't seem to be happening. I'm going to be pretty much out of action this weekend, so thought I'd get a video in today before the madness. So yeah, these are just a few records that I picked up recently. Most of them, as normal, rock based. So we'll just get straight down to it. This one is Fish, Songs from the Mirror. As I mentioned to Joe, who's a local VC member, I was leaving a local record fair. I think it was last weekend now, maybe the weekend before. Pretty much empty-handed, and there was one stall that I had looked at previously but hadn't managed to look through all the bins. Just had a quick look through and saw this. This is on the Polydor label, so nothing too fancy there. It's in really good condition, which is great, but the main thing for me is just never see this album at all. The first and only time I've seen this in the wild, as it were. It doesn't even come up on eBay that often. I couldn't find a copy on Discogs. So really happy to get that. It was a really good find. And that pretty much, I think it does complete my vinyl collection for Fish, excluding the picture discs, which I'm not overly fussed about, to be honest. Yeah, there's a few other albums that he did so in the middle of his solo career that were pretty much just CD based, which is a shame. But yeah, that certainly completes the rest of my Fish stuff, so that's good to know. Picked up this one as well recently. This is Eloy, Planets. Eloy, I've got a couple of records of theirs. I never got around to picking this one up actually. It's a German sort of prog band. Obviously the artwork is eye-catching. This comes with standard printed in a sleeve. And those of you with a keen eye may have noticed already that this is on Heavy Metal Records, but certainly the keener eyes will notice that this is Heavy Metal Records LP number 1. So this is the first of many that Heavy Metal Records did. Strange that it started with a prog band, calling themselves Heavy Metal label, but I'd imagine the later bands in the series were already signed and sort of ready to go, but perhaps these guys had a finished album essentially. So yeah, I've got quite a few bits and bobs on the Heavy Metal label, so I might actually just do a dedicated Heavy Metal Records video actually. It's not something I've done before, really, a label intensive video, but yeah, so that was nice to get. It's not the first press, it's the second press, but hey ho, just another album for the collection really. I think in my last video I showed Baroness Yellow and Green. Managed to pick up Blue as well recently at my local record shop, Wow Wow Records. Had this crazily priced at £19, and everywhere else is pretty much doing it for 20, 23, so yeah, 22, 23, so I grabbed it. Listened to this again on iTunes, but not listened to this yet on vinyl, which needs a clean, but really looking forward to listening to that. It's a cracking album, as is all the stuff at the moment, so really happy. Next one was a bit of an eBay find. This is Charlotte Hadley. Again, for those of you in the know, she was the guitar player for Ash for a while. I think she did 3 albums with them before leaving the band. This one is numbered, as you can see at the bottom, and it is also signed. So I think she signed all the numbered editions, and I think there were 500 yet. That's what it says on the front. So it's a nice gatefold album, just a plain in the sleeve. It's got custom labels on there, That's quite nice. I did actually see Charlotte Hatherley just after she left Ash, which I think, trying to go back now, would have been 2005. I'm sure it was Reading 2005. I saw her play, and her, it's not a million miles away, her solo material from Ash, but it's probably more heavier. It's heavier in material than Ash, obviously straightforward pop rock. Although good, it's not a bad thing. It's they are a very good, accomplished band at what they do. But yeah, so really happy to grab this, and I think I paid something crazy like £10 for it. So really happy to get that, because again, I think the last time I saw this appear on eBay must have been well over 2 years ago, and it went for about 30. Yeah, I'm sure it did. So yeah, so good to grab that copy. And last but certainly not least is there seems to be a spate of heavy metal bands going through new album phases. So we had Megadeth recently, Iron Maiden at the back end of last year. We have now Anthrax. And obviously I had Slayer in the middle as well. I can't remember if I showed the Slayer Repentless, but another cracking album. This is nice gatefold double LP. Nice little custom labels there. And the fourth side is an etched. I'm not sure whether me showing this is going to actually show much anyway. I think it's essentially a copy of the star from the cover. Not sure if you see that at all. But yeah, the album is strange enough. It's pretty much like all the metal bands for the recent albums. Slayer, Megadeth, Maiden to a certain extent, seem to have almost like have a rejuvenated sound, but it's very much their original sound, probably that certainly I fell in love with at the start. I was saying to the Metal Theologian beforehand with Megadeth, and sort of Dave Mustaine, there's the whole sort of persona that he had, certainly in the 80s and early 90s, where just basically just didn't give a monkeys. Which I know he seems to have changed now. But I think musically as well, they went through this sort of, definitely this period where he wasn't quite sure whether he was taking the band. And I suppose with, certainly with Megadeth, the way that they changed the personnel quite often as well. Just seemed to go off on a tangent. The new album is fantastic, and it's certainly from the heyday of what I call the sort of Holy Trinity period. You know, the sort of Rust in Peace, Countdown to Extinction, and Euthanasia. And I think the Anthrax album as well, the new album, is very strong. It's of sort of the early material, probably just prior, in and around sort of Persistence of Time area. Sort of after that again, different lineup changes. But yeah, Joey Belladonna back on vocals, for me just seals the deal, I think. They did have some good albums without Joey, but I think just for me, Joey Belladonna is Anthrax. So yeah, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and opinions differ, but for me that is a really good, strong album by Anthrax. And if you like Anthrax, from the so the early to the mid 80s, then you're going to love that album. It's really strong, same as Megadeth as well. So that's it really. I just wanted to get a quick video in here. I'm going to try and get another Iron Maiden video done. Still need to do the Killers albums and show you all the different variations I've got of those. And I'll probably do actually a back-to-back with the Number of the Beast, just to get 2 out there, otherwise I'm never going to finish it. Great stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to all the new subscribers as well. See if we keep chalking odd ones off now and again. See you again soon. Thanks, guys.